It hit around 5 a.m. That uneasy silence before everything changes. You know the kind. A few hours earlier, the wind was screaming. Rain was battering the roof like it had something personal against it. Hail the size of ping pong balls peppered our window. Then the lights flickered twice, and finally, total blackout. No gentle hum of the fridge, no air coming from the vents, no glow from the street lights, just darkness and the reality that we were on our own. Today's video isn't about panic, it's about practicality. It's a collection of lessons, strategies, and realizations from the middle of the storm, shared in a hope that you can avoid some of these same cold, frustrating moments we faced when the power grid went down. There's nothing quite like an unexpected 2-day power outage to test your readiness. Not your theoretical, I've got a few flashlights kind of readiness, but your real life, minute by minute, how do we stay warm and fed kind? When the power first goes out, most folks do the same thing. They check their phones for news, wander around flipping switches as if the light will magically come back, and wait for the familiar hum to return. It's easy to fall into the trap of assumptions, thinking the power will be back in a few minutes. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it isn't. Those first moments are crucial, not for scrambling or overreacting, but for calming, assessing your situation. How much daylight is left? What's the outside temperature like? Do you know where the flashlights are? Or do they have batteries? Do you have enough canned goods to hold you over till the power comes back? Waiting too long to act can put you behind when every degree of warmth or ounce of food starts to count. When the thermostat becomes just another dead screen, warmth becomes your new currency. During our outage, the temperature outside dropped significantly overnight. In case you're curious, this is the quickest way to find out which parts of your house bleed heat and which corners hold it like gold. The trick is to isolate your living space, close off unused rooms, hang blankets over doorways, create a warm zone where everyone can gather. If you've got a tent, pitch it inside your home. It sounds ridiculous until you realize how much body heat stays trapped in the smaller space. Pile on layers, of course, not just clothing, but bedding too, and focus on hands, feet, and head, as those are heat sinks. This time, we made the mistake of not prepping our windows with extra insulation. The cold practically walked through the back door glass window uninvited. Bubble wrap or heavy curtains or even taped up towels can make a difference. These are little tricks to buy you comfort without any electricity or fuel. What you want to avoid is anything dangerous, like bringing in outdoor grills, using open flames indoors, or running generators too close to your home. Cold is uncomfortable, but carbon monoxide is truly a silent killer. By hour 4, our fridge was already warming up. By hour 8, the clock is ticking on your perishables and you know that the leftovers from last night's dinner. We had to think fast. What could be eaten first? What could survive another day? The eggs went into a cooler with ice packs. In case you don't have frozen ice packs, that frozen family pack of drumsticks or ground beef will do the trick also. For us, milk became tomorrow's breakfast, whether we wanted cereal or not. The key is knowing your food inventory. Shelf-stable items become your best friend. Canned beans, nut butters, dried foods, tuna, jerky, even protein powder in a pinch. But having them isn't enough. You need a way to open, prepare, and eat these things. Manual can openers and utensils and backups cooking methods are essential. We had a little sterno stove, the kind you see at a buffet restaurant or outdoor party to keep the food warm, and a camping stove, which suddenly felt like luxury items. For us, no power didn't mean no food, but it did mean we had to be flexible and creative. We made a powerless chili with canned beans, pre-cooked sausage, and some spices warmed over a flame. Best meal we had of the weekend. If you don't have a backup cooking method, there's still no cook options, but try them before the emergency. Cold beans and tuna might not go over well with the kids unless they've tasted it before. The silence isn't just physical, it's informational. No TV, no news websites, and once your phone battery starts flicking red, then your sense of what's happening in the world starts to dim. That's when it becomes clear just how reliant we've all become on the grid for information. During our outage, our phone service went out almost immediately because the phone tower lost power and apparently their portable generator didn't start, so we were 100% in the dark. Fortunately, we had a crank radio stashed away, and for the first time, it was genuinely thankful to hear static-filled voices giving weather updates and power restoration timelines. Although they weren't functional, conserving phone battery became a little bit of an art form. We turned off background apps, used airplane mode, and kept phones powered down mostly, unless we needed a second flashlight to walk around. But other than that, they were useless. We did have a solar charger and 2 battery banks, both of which proved invaluable to keep us mildly entertained with short movies previously downloaded and didn't rely on cell phone service. I'll never let those run out of juice again, not even on a normal day. If you don't already have a non-electric source of news, get one. Because during a real event, accurate, timely information isn't a luxury, it's your guide. Let's be honest, nobody talks about hygiene during blackouts, but they should. We had running water, thankfully, but no hot water. Washing hands with cold water is a shot to the system, but better than risking germs. For those without running water, stockpiled gallons or even collected rainwater can become gold. Make sure you've got soap, hand sanitizer, wet wipes, and a plan. Toilets are often forgotten too. If your water shuts down or your septic system isn't electric like many rural systems are, you need a backup method. A luggable loo or even heavy-duty trash can bags and kitty litter can serve in an emergency. It's not glamorous, it's not fun, but being able to stay clean and somewhat comfortable when everything else is falling apart, that's what makes a tough situation survivable. The hardest part isn't the darkness or the cold or what you're going to eat. It's not knowing how long it will last. Will it get worse? What if the storm returns? These thoughts circle like vultures, especially when the silence is heavy. Staying grounded helped us keep our heads. We lit candles safely, told stories, played lots of board games by flashlight and headlamps, even simple routines. Morning coffee made with a heated water, brushing teeth, and reading a book became anchors in the uncertainty. For kids, it's even more critical. They make emotional cues from the adults in the room. If you're calm, they feel safe. If you panic, they spiral. We made it a point to keep things light, cracked a few jokes, and let them feel like it was an indoor camping trip, even if we didn't feel like it was that way ourselves. Looking back, there are things we did right and things we definitely improved. We were lucky to have alternate ways to cook and stay warm, but we underestimated how quickly things get uncomfortable and how little it takes to feel unprepared. Next time, we'll be quicker to set up the warm zone, have more fuel on hand, and keep phone batteries topped off at all times. Preparedness doesn't have to mean building a bunker or living off the grid. It means being ready for the small disasters, the ones that happen quietly and test you in the ways you didn't expect. This surely wasn't the end of the world. It was just 2 days without power, but it felt a lot longer, and it reminded us that comfort is fragile and self-reliance is freedom. If you haven't experienced a real outage yet, take this as your warning shot. Don't wait until the lights go out to start preparing. Start today. If you'd like to check out some of the cool products we use to keep us prepared, check out the links in the description below. Remember, stay safe, stay prepared, and always stay ready.